Philip Fruijtiers was a Flemish Baroque painter and engraver. Until the 1960s, he was especially known for some miniature portraits in watercolor and gouache. Since then, several large canvases signed with the monogram PHF have been ascribed to him. These new findings have led to a renewed appreciation for his contribution to the Antwerp Baroque life. Details about his life are scarce. He was the son of Jan Fruytiers and Catharina Vervloet. He is listed as a pupil of the Jesuit College in Antwerp in 1627. No information about his artistic training is available. He became a master of the Antwerp Guild of St. Luc in 1631–32. He is described in the register of the Guild as an illuminator, painter and engraver. Between September 1630 and the 18th of October 1665 he was very active in the Sociëteit van de Draughtsmans, a fraternity for bachelors established by the Jesuit order. He was the teacher of Ambrosius Gast, Walteris Franciscus Fruytiers, Adrian Coquex Watercolor, and Gregorius de Vos. Work. Philip Fruijtiers was until the middle of the 20th century mainly known as a miniature painter and portraitist who worked in watercolor and gouache. His most famous miniature, depicting the 4 children of Rubens and his second wife Helena Formant with 2 servants, is probably the portrait that was mentioned in the inventory of the estate of Rubens in 1641 and on which at the time the price of the frame and glass was still owing. The accepted view of Philip Fruijtiers as principally a miniaturist and watercolorist was based partially on the descriptions in the early biographical works by Cornelis de Bie and Arnold Houbraken, although Cornelis de Bie mentioned that Fruijtiers also painted altarpieces. The only known works by his hand until the 1960s were works on paper vellum. As a result, the established view about the nature of his work was not challenged. In the 1960s this view had to be revised, however, when 3 large paintings of saints dated 1652 with the monogram PHF, which were previously attributed to a hypothetical painter P.H. Franck, were identified as being by the hand of Fruitiers. The same signature was subsequently discovered on another altarpiece in the parish church in Zundert, Noord-Brabant. This led to the attribution to Fruitiers of other paintings in museums in Brussels, Antwerp and Madrid, and in the parish church of Gistel, West Flanders. Drawings for some of his altarpieces are kept in the Antwerp Stedelijk Printing Cabinet, the Yale University Art Gallery and the Kupferstich Cabinet Berlin. Fruitiers' style is generally much closer to the refinement and delicacy of Anthony van Dyck than to the more monumental art of Rubens. Fruitiers also painted large portraits like that of David Teniers the Younger and group of family portraits such as that of the 3 children of Rubens. An expressive portrait drawing of the Jesuit Jan de Tollenere was a study for an engraving made by Jacob Neefs. Fruitiers was an accomplished engraver and produced several portrait etchings such as those of the Capuchin Innocentius de Caltagirone and the mathematician and astronomer Govert Wendelin. He made designs for prints included in devotional books and other religious prints by Antwerp engravers such as Cornelius Gall the Younger and Conrad Lohrauers.